So, welcome back. Obviously, it's going into the winter months, and everything's a bit colder and not so good at the club, at the outside at this time of year. So it's out of the running season. However, I was at the club yesterday, and it was a gorgeous November afternoon. However, I hadn't taken an engine with me. I was collecting some bits from my dad's house after the club, so I didn't have space in the car to take an engine. However, I did think, well, I'm here, I've got some spare time. Both the club engines need a boiler test. I'll quickly do them. However, they both needed hydraulic tests, and because I hadn't planned on doing testing, I hadn't taken my plugs with me. I had a quick hunt around at the club and we didn't have any for the engines. So I have taken one safety valve out of each of the engines. One is a 5-inch gauge Enterprise LNER V3, and the other is a 3.5-inch gauge Doris, the Black 5. Having got the safety valves home, I've had a little look at them. And as it happens, they are both the same threads. So, what I'm going to do during the week, I'm going to make one pair of plugs that can live at the club, and then we've always got what we need down there to test the engine. So I'm just going to show you making the plugs for a start. And then when I've done that, I will show you a couple of bits that I've picked up today that I've got from a friend. So, here we go. I found a nice bit of bar in my scrap drawer. However, it's a fair length and it doesn't fit up the headstock, sorry. It doesn't fit up the headstock. So, my next thing is going to be, I will stick in the bandsaw, because I still haven't got a bench with a vise. Stick in the bandsaw, cut a short length off, so that there's a nice length to hold in the lathe while I get it going. As if by magic, there she is, cutting away. And so when that's cut, we can stick it in the lathe, and it's a manageable size to hold and machine. So I've cut to the right diameter now. I'm just going to plunge the tool in a little bit to undercut the bottom of the cut. And there we go. I'll just file the end. That helps the die start. And just take the corner off the hexagon there. So other than parting it off, that's the plug finished. So just switch to the parting tool. One plug almost finished, although I will put it back in the lathe the other way and just face the outside to get rid of that pip off the end. I know it doesn't matter for a plug, but it's nice to just everything to be at its best. So I'm going to do the same again, except I'll leave that longer because I'm going to make the other one an adapter. So there you go, there's the second one. I have put a centre drill in the bottom. So now I'll just put it in the other way and turn this down to 1/440, which is what our test pump goes to, and then drill it through. But first I'll just stick this in and face the front of that one. All that's left now is to drill the hole. It doesn't need to be a particularly big hole up the centre, because we're not talking about high flow. All we're after is pressure, and hopefully a static pressure. And obviously the smaller you make the hole, the stronger the fitting becomes. Or the stronger it remains, I should say. Voila! Just take the burr off this end. And there we have one 1/2 inch 26 by 1/440 adapter and one 1/2 inch 26 plug. If I can really be bothered, I might stamp the club's initials in the side and possibly the size, but I probably won't, in all honesty. So they're done. So they can now go back down to the club, put them in my pocket so they can go into the house and be on the side ready for next Sunday. Now let's have a look at what I've picked up today. The main thing was this hydraulic trolley. It's already got quite chunky wheels on it. Let's flip around. So those chunky wheels will be pretty good for if it has to go out and around the driveway and on slightly less good surface than this. It's already got 5-inch gauge rails attached. It can pump up to any height. And what we're going to do is try and put this jinty onto that trolley, so that mainly, so I've got this barrow back for use in the garden, and also with jinty on there I can pump it up higher to work on it easier. And there you go, with a bit of shuffling I've turned this trolley round because the handle was in the way, so that was a bit of a pain, a bit of a faff, but I pumped the trolley up and I've wheeled it over there. So that is now complete on the trolley, ready to work on at a nice sensible height. Speaking of which, I don't know how high it will go yet, so let's see how far it will go. That's it. So it's actually gone higher than the bench I've got over there. So that is a nice height to work at. As you can see, it is middle of the smoke box, is my belly height. So that will make life a lot easier to work on, and for this and for others, and it will just help me move things around a little bit potentially. It's sometimes a bit backbreaking, and when the railway's ready outside, it will allow me to get things like Enterprise down to a lower level, ready to get onto the track or onto a steaming bay or something if I create such a thing, or to get things out of the car or whatever. There's just so many possibilities. But for now, that's it. I'm not feeling great. I don't know if you know, I've got the sniffles going on. So I am going to go and get some medicine. Possibly in the way of some Kraken. That makes some good medicine. And I will see you another day. So here we have the medicine. Lovely stuff. So once again, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you like it, subscribe, share. Please tell your friends. If there's anything else, if I haven't explained anything particularly well, if you want to see more of anything in particular, just let me know. I'm just glad you enjoy it. So all the while you're enjoying it, I'll keep making them. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back.